Alright, hello Riven mains and Yasuo mains alike. I am the Nightwing, Way of Life Esports, coming at you guys with another League of Legends video. So, right now, I probably have seen better days. I had some problems earlier. I was going to record a LOL podcast video for you guys, but I ended up actually going out and doing something that ended up causing me to get hit in the face with something. So I ended up getting somewhat of a black eye. You can probably see it on this side of my face. And I ended up getting a headache really bad. I have a really bad headache right now. I'm just in so much pain right now. But I've taken like 4 aspirin pills. It's a little bit better right now. But hopefully when I sleep, it'll all be gone away. So I'm going to take some aspirin before I, go to bed. But just there's some League of Legends news right now, so I kind of felt bad that I didn't get it up today, because I did say I was gonna have it up, but it wasn't that I wasn't busy. It was just like just something happened, and then I just didn't have the time in terms of wanting to get better or feeling better. So it's just how things works. So let's see how this is actually going to pan out. So Red Bull announced as League of Legends partner. Riot Games announced that Red Bull will be the newest official energy drink partner of all of its League of Legends events. This partnership had previously already included the League of Legends European Championship, LEC, and the League of Legends CB LOL. Then LOL Esports tweeted, "We're excited to announce our partnership with at Red Bull Gaming to be the exclusive official energy drink partner for global LOL Esports events." With that being said, I think that Red Bull has already cemented themselves in other teams as their sponsor. Cloud9 is sponsored by Red Bull. G2 is sponsored by Red Bull. They sponsor a couple of, esports brands and stuff like that. So it's very, very interesting that they weren't already a big sponsor for LOL esports events. So that's pretty interesting, actually. So, and yeah, they have all their little perks about why their partnership is going to happen. Basically, League of Legends Esports is a global, multifaceted sports and entertainment property committed to innovating and shaping the future of sports, and we look forward to breaking the mold with Red Bull. Some key events include a Red Bull player area, an all-star event wildcard entry, an all-star event after party, energy drinks provided to professional players, and placements during broadcasts. Yeah, I personally don't like Red Bulls. I think they're garbage, and I just don't like Red Bulls. I think they're trash. But overall, I'm glad Riot is able to get sponsors like Red Bull, and seeing how big the game has gotten over the years, they can easily get sponsors. I know there was a problem with people saying that they couldn't get sponsors for a little bit, but overall, I feel like that if they want to get sponsors like this, they're gonna have to just easily just go and talk to them. They got MasterCard, they got Rocket Mortgage, they got Red Bull, they have State Farm, so it's like not easy people to convince to take up your mantle. So it just depends on how they view about getting partnerships, and they can easily get partnerships. So yeah, I'm glad they got Red Bull, and we're obviously seeing them right now at the World Championship for 2019. So we'll see how that's going to actually all pan out. And then that Rick Fox files a lawsuit against Echo Fox's partners. I've talked about this before. Basically, as it's going to be reading right here, Echo Fox founder Rick Fox has filed a civil complaint against the esports organization business partners. He has alleged that the organization's investors have committed acts of fraud. Fox is seeking damages of over $10 million in USD in his lawsuit against Amit Raizada and Stratton Scalavos in Los Angeles County Court. Rick Fox's lawsuit. In the civil complaint, Rick Fox accuses Amit Raizada of misusing investor funds for his own personal benefit. He brings up the man's racist comments as well as deceptive business practices in the 162-page complaint. It further discusses how Raizada used investor money to lease a Beverly Hills home that cost more than $20,000 a month. along with other expenses and a salary amount that wasn't approved. Ahmet Raizada's attorney, David Smith, responded to this. Rick Fox's lawsuit is a transparent attempt to divert attention from the train wreck he left behind at Echo Fox. Swift also describes this as a way for Rick Fox to draw attention away from the fact that Echo Fox has collapsed in recent months. This lawsuit comes almost a week after the Echo Fox's organization voted to expel Rick Fox, with 80% of the organization's partners agreeing that Rick Fox did not act in the best interest of the business. The lawsuit also targets Stratton Scalvos, a name that hasn't been brought up much in the conflict thus far. The former San Jose Sharks co-owner and Versign chief executive officer in Echo Fox's partnership, who reportedly took a $2 million personal loan from the company after helping raise funds. However, there is no proof that Scalvos actually misused any of the funds either. Contrary to Fox's propaganda, Scalvos nor Raizada misappropriated or misused any company funds. No monies paid to or for Raizada for his services were paid by Echo Fox or depleted any Echo Fox resources, said Linda McPhee, the attorney for Stratton Scalvos. Rather, Scalvos, Raizada, and their affiliates infused millions of dollars into Echo Fox over several years, just so it could survive. Fox cannot stay the same. And then you have all of this other business going on right now. So this whole ordeal started when Rick Fox came out into the public and accused Ahmet Raizada of using racial slurs toward Echo Fox's chief executive office, Jace Hall. Raizada would later confirm these accusations, but they still impacted the esports organization's core business. Echo Fox's League of Legends Championship Series slot was forcefully taken by Riot Games after Echo Fox failed to resolve the issue. During this conflict, new information came to light about the actions between Rick Fox and the organization's investors. The investors originally wanted to accept an offer for the LCS slot, which offered supposed greater financial gains. However, Rick Fox rejected this stance and wanted to sell to another party. Rick Fox still remains in control of the esports organization until October 21st, when the shareholder majority vote will take effect. Despite this going on, Rick Fox has stated that he plans on remaining a part of the esports industry afterwards. Will the organization still operate as normal after this ordeal ends? What will happen to the fighting game esports players still within Echo Fox? Let us know what you think. Obviously, keep up with daily esports for all of your League of Legends coverage. I will be surely to use this website as well for a lot of the League of Legends updates as well, because they're a little bit more in depth than some other websites that I've been using. But yes, going over the Echo Fox's tweets and stuff like that, you have to kind of factor in that it's been a lot going on with the slurs and stuff like that, and we're working about how the organization has more or less so capitalized on everything that has been going on. Obviously, they have these really good fighting game players, which could literally go to any esports organization looking to get into the fighting game market. It overall just depends on if the organizations themselves want to take on those players and the contracts. Now, that obviously depends on a lot of other things, not just obviously what Rick Fox wants to do, but I'm glad that Rick Fox is going to be still a part of the esports world after this. It just kind of sucks that this obviously had to be a exit of the way out, but you know. All right, so California court to distribute Echo Fox's LCS slot proceeds. We already know about that. Bjergsen re-signs with TSM. Obviously, he's now a part owner of TSM, and he's now playing with them for 2 more years. And then we obviously had the former Griffin ADC response to CV Max controversy and defends him. So everybody knows about the CV Max controversy. Basically, what was said was that, because it was already said on the League of Legends World Championship stream, what was said was that someone who is higher than CV Max liked somebody else over him and then chose to play Sword. That's why Sword is getting a lot more of the playtime right now, and it just depends on what we have to read right now. But I obviously don't want to spread misinformation. I want to make sure I'm reading it properly right now. Prior to the dismissal of Yoon Nam, apparently told CV Max any coach other than him would have won at least one LCK title from the 3 finals they were in. CV Max said, these Korean names, man. Unam blamed him for the poor quality of scrims the team had prior to the summer finals. Supposedly, teams didn't want to scrim Griffin, and Unam blamed it on the team's head coach. Unam apparently said to CB Max things to the effect of, "We have a higher goal, so technically we can lay you off for not meeting our high standards." Obviously, I don't really understand that, because that's a lot of misconstrued way of looking at things, is that they made 3 back-to-back finals. Like, the LCK, in terms of why I want them franchised, is so volatile. Like, the fact that they even made back-to-back finals, 3! How many LCK teams consistently do you know throughout its tenure from being called OGN all the way till now, without getting relegated, have made back-to-back-to-back finals? You probably couldn't name like 3. And I'm not talking about, and not SKT. I'm not talking about SKT. I'm talking about name any team, like several teams. I want at least 5 teams from when it was called OGN all the way till now. We have teams getting relegated constantly. This is why I want the LCK to be franchised, because you get a stabilized league. And you know, yes, there's problems with franchising and how that's going to really look in terms of not the best aspects, but it's still overall a lot better than just being not franchised. I wonder just why the LCK is not franchised. I mean, LPL, LEC, NA is franchised, and that obviously brought their viewer ratings up. Why can't the LCK do it, you know? That way we don't have stuff like this, because the reason why the person is viewing it as a failure is because they didn't win anything. But remember, if this was a franchise thing and they made back-to-back-to-back finals, I think it would have looked a lot differently. And there's obviously other things that's set up here, but I'll go over that in just a moment. So, based on statements made on stream, CB Max also had arguments with some of the players. Ooh. He specifically mentioned Sword after substituting him for Doran. CB Max's intentions was to give Doran more playing time, as he saw a lot of potential in him. Oh, okay, so I always got them confused. Sword was the dude always playing, Sword, I was, the guy the guy who was playing tanks, that guy. I'm just constantly gonna get him confused. So wait, let me read this one more time. He specifically mentioned Sword after substituting him for Doran. Okay, so Sword was playing, and then Doran is a substitute. Okay. However, Sword disagreed with the coach's decision and thus butted heads with him. In an interview with FOMOS ahead of Worlds, he also criticizes CB Max's statements he supposedly made after leaving the team. Former Griffin ADC gives his insight on the situation. Dang Wu used to be Griffin's ADC, who retired from the game after witnessing Viper's talents. No joke here. Oh yeah, he was their ADC last year. He was actually not that good. He was actually pretty good. Not to mention, in a statement, Dang Wu emphasized multiple times how CB Max is responsible for 88% of Griffin's success. He gave a lot of praise to his former coach, saying CB Max was never arrogant and saw little things the players didn't. Dang Wu further added CB Max brought the players down to earth, giving them detailed insights into what to improve on. On the other hand, Dang Wu confirmed a lot of the speculations around Griffin's manager. He said Unam would often scorn CB Max, telling him their success has nothing to do with him. Furthermore, in between matches, Unam would often criticize the coach for not giving the players a break as he was trying to give them instructions. Lastly, he said the manager would often interrupt CB Max as he was trying to go over strategies with them. Dang Wu concluded his statement saying that he can't believe what the players are saying publicly. He believes they were forced to say that. He believes they were forced to say what they did, adding an example of an interview where Sword looks in other directions as alleged evidence. We'll see how Griffin's situation impacts World's placement and their coaching structure. Do you think firing their coach right before Worlds was a smart idea? Let us know in the comments. For more League of Legends content, stay in touch with Daily Esports. There's a lot going on with the Griffin situation, man. So it's 2 different ways you can look at it. I believe what Dang Wu was saying, that they were kind of coached to say that, because remember, if they were not liking CV Max, then why didn't they just come out and say it before? You know what I mean? That's why what he's saying is that he does believe they're being coached, and you can easily tell when somebody's being coached. It's pretty easy for understandable people who aren't like retards, you know. So we'll have to see how this impacts Griffin, and hopefully it impacts Griffin enough to get Cloud9 out of their group, but probably not going to happen. So that's pretty much it for all of that. You guys know about all of this, and one of the other things actually going on right now is Hanawa Life Esports departure of their head coach on air. So obviously we know Hanawa Life Esports went to the relegation part of the LCK earlier this year, and then they made a tweet. Hanawa Life Esports has terminated their contract under the mutual consolation with who led them until the last season. Wrote Hanawa Life on their Facebook post, since the beginning, we've been very grateful to head coach Yoon Jong Kong for his dedication to the team. We sincerely hope his future moves will be better and brighter. This announcement is described to have been under mutual consultation, but it's most likely due to the team's disappointing results in the recent season. The Hanawa Life Esports team entered the scene in April of 2018 after acquiring the former organization Rox Tigers roster and League of Legends champion Korean Slot. With the acquisition, On Air simply changed teams and remained his head coach role despite prior results. Under the new name of Hanawa Life Esports, the team placed 6th during the 2018 LCK Summer Split. They repeated this in the 2019 LCK Spring Split, along with a 13-9 placing in the Casper Cup. The most recent 2019 LCK Summer Splits saw them heading to relegations, and they beat Jenner 3-0. So a lot of teams are getting rid of their head coaches. The owners of these organizations are like, if you don't get us the results, we are getting you out of here. So, what do you guys feel about, Hanawa Life dropping their coach? What do you guys feel about the Griffin controversy? And that's pretty much it. See you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. See you guys later. Bye. Have a good day. Wave of Esports, and I'm signing. Oh, God, I cannot get these intros right today. Sorry, guys. My head is killing me. I got hit in the face today. I'm not having a good day. I should have just stayed inside my house. Why did I go outside? See you guys later. I'm a Nightwing, and Way of Life Esports is signing out. Peace. Have a good day.
Hi there, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more stuff.
Yeah, thank you.